Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
Nowhere to run. What the FBI just said about Awan brothers' IT scandal will have Wasserman Schultz freaking out. The FBI is beginning an investigation into whether several Pakistani-American IT staffers employed by Congressional Democrats, most notably Debbie Wasserman Schultz, were selling sensitive government data to hostile foreign governments, such as Russia or Pakistan. This is the one huge scandal in Washington that many mainstream media sources just refuse to talk about. It gets complicated, so let's break it down. A 2016 internal investigation shows that hundreds of thousands of dollars in government property had been stolen from congressional computer systems. The main suspects were 5 IT workers within certain Democratic congressional offices. The House Inspector General conducted an investigation and recommended that the Capitol Police conduct a criminal probe in October. During this investigation, data was found to have been removed from government networks and placed on offsite servers, compromising up to 80 offices. The IT workers did not produce the missing tech for investigators, and were fired in February 2017. All except for the alleged ringleader Imran Awan. Former DNC Chief Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz kept Awan on her staff until he was arrested last month for unrelated bank fraud charges. The 5 staffers were paid over $4 million over their decade of work. Many, which included Awan, his wife, 2 relatives, and a friend, had little IT experience. Awan's brother was even convicted of a DWI 1 month before being hired. Wasserman Schultz, for her part, has defended Awan, saying he was only transferring data outside the secure network, which I think amounted to use of apps that the House didn't find compliant with our security requirements. She has also suggested that the investigation of Awan was due to racial and ethnic profiling. This story gets fishier and fishier. The new FBI investigation is more evidence that Awan and his crew were up to something, and the MSM's reluctance to cover this story is all the more strange. Liberty Writers has it covered though, and we'll be keeping everyone up to date with the latest, so stay tuned. Don't forget to share this out so everyone can stay up to date. HT New York Post. Unbelievable. Antifa's new secret weapon will have everyone screaming, "Lock them up." Pretty much every sensible person in the country at this point realizes that Antifa is a dangerous and sadistic organization looking to terrorize the public. If bats and pepper spray were not enough, now they have added a new secret weapon to their arsenal. Antifa has started throwing balloons and water bottles full of urine and poop. That's right, these America-hating heathens have sunk to an all-new low in the name of anarchy. They have no concern for public safety and, frankly, do not care one bit who they are attacking. If you want proof, Antifa attacked superliberal Katie Couric's camera crew at the Charlottesville riot just because they had cameras. Maybe if they are that afraid of being seen, they shouldn't be doing whatever they are doing. The tactic has been showing up so frequently in their assaults that Boston PD issued a urine warning to the rioters. This is not even remotely okay. These people are inspiring hate, violence, and racism at unprecedented levels. I'm sure y'all heard about the Navy seaman who was stabbed by an Antifa for having a Nazi haircut. These people cannot be allowed to continue unless we want to see our country fall. If you think it's time for Jeff Sessions to lay the hammer down on all the violent radicals, Antifa, neo-Nazis, KKK, New Black Panthers, Moors, and all the rest, share this out and let the world know. Right after girl gets picture with Mike Pence, an angry leftist mob does the unthinkable. Scripps College student Mackenzie Deutsch got a picture with Vice President Mike Pence and Republican Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rogers. Knowing many of her peers from the university were left-leaning, She was hesitant to post the picture on Facebook. But, wanting to share this unique experience after a summer interning for McMorris Rogers, she posted it anyway. Then, the hate started pouring in. She wrote about the experience in an article for the Claremont Independent, saying, "Shortly after posting the photo, I began receiving vicious comments and private messages accusing me of not caring about LGBTQ rights and attacking me for getting anywhere near the vice president." Close friends and distant acquaintances alike lashed out in fury, subjecting me to lectures, rants, and name-calling, all while ignoring the photo's plainly apolitical context. She continued, "According to my peers, taking a photo with Vice President Pence is anything but neutral. In fact, it constitutes direct violence and oppression against marginalized groups." Fellow students called her vile names like bitch, and mocked her with grossly hyperbolic questions such as, "Did you manage to ask him why he thinks women are second-class citizens? And how many LGBTQ folks do you need to help send to conversion therapy in exchange for reproductive rights from Pence?" Deutsch concluded her essay with a call for unity, saying, "Apparently, when it comes to those with whom they disagree, many of my peers are only capable of disrespectful engagement. This is not as it should be. We need a genuine dialogue, now more than ever." The leftist zeitgeist obsessed with shutting down dialogue and turning to vile name-calling on college campuses is getting out of hand. Deutsch managed to stick up for herself with exceptional grace and class. Let's show this young lady some support by sharing her message of unity out. HT New York Post, Claremont Independent. He's back baby. Trump's one big message as he goes back to White House will make all of his voters cheer. President Trump started heading back to the White House on Sunday after a tumultuous 2 weeks of working vacation in Bedminster, New Jersey. The media had been hounding the president the past week for his comments about the Charlottesville riot that left one woman dead. The president also dealt with increasing tensions in North Korea, and dismissed his chief strategist Stephen Bannon. Some of his supporters who may have been worrying the pressure would be getting to him, but one tweet Sunday evening should put them all to rest. Whoop! There it is. President Trump is back in the ring. If the media thought they had him cowed by falsely claiming he defended white supremacy, but he called them out. Here's a brief recap. President Trump came out and said many sides were to blame on Saturday, August 12. The White House specifically condemned white supremacy on Sunday, and on Monday President Trump himself explicitly condemned them again, saying, "Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans." On Tuesday, the president again said both sides were violent. For some reason, the media, Democrats, and even some Republicans hysterically condemn the president for supporting white supremacy. This is, in part, what President Trump was talking about when he said the most dishonest fake news reporting. It's going to be great to have President Trump back in the Capitol, and we look forward to seeing what work he gets done. The biggest planned event so far is the president will be announcing his much-anticipated Afghanistan plan on Monday. Whatever else he ends up doing once he's back, we know he will be working hard for we the people. Give this a big share if you're happy President Trump's back at the White House and still working hard for US. HDCNN. Ivanka Trump just announced something so incredible the world hasn't heard anything like it in years. The whole nation is talking about the solar eclipse that's happening tomorrow. It's the first solar eclipse since 1979 and there's much excitement. One person who is visibly excited as well is Ivanka Trump. She's been tweeting about it recently, in an educational fashion. Ivanka is such a smart lady, with such varied interests. I can just picture her tomorrow, gathering to watch the eclipse with her kids. And maybe with her dad, too. Let's take a moment tomorrow, to forget about all the animosity, and join together as one nation, to celebrate this very rare phenomenon. Where will you be, to watch the eclipse? I'll start. I'll be in Middle Tennessee, where I will see 2 minutes of the total eclipse. Comment where you'll be watching here and share, so we all come together tomorrow. The Hill. More Dems are going down. Yvette Clarke just got worse news ever in House IT scandal. Brothers, who were born in Pakistan and employed in our United States government as IT aides by Congressional Democrats, including Debbie Wasserman Schultz, are under investigation by the FBI. They are Imran Awan, and his brothers, Abid and Jamal, as well as Imran's wife. Wasserman Schultz seems to have been at least complicit in much of what the Awans allegedly got away with in our House of Congress. But there's more Congress people who allowed their parent criminal acts to occur right under their noses. In 2016, one of the Awan brothers told New York Democratic Representative Yvette Clarke's office that $120,000 of office equipment was, well, just gone. And instead reporting this apparent gigantic theft, Clarke's chief of staff just signed a form, which simply removed the equipment from a house tracking system, such that it would not come up in any future audits. Oh, here's Clarke acting concerned about terrorism. Investigators believe that the Awans were removing the equipment and selling it. And, yet, despite equipment disappearing, they remain employed by dozens of members of Congress. In fact, since 2007, Clarke's IT was handled by Imran, his wife, and Abid. Clarke's office didn't think it was important to alert authorities of the disappeared $120,000 of equipment, until they were asked as part of the probe into these Pakistani-born brothers. Maybe because Congress members can be personally liable for missing equipment? So, take one guess who ultimately paid the price for the loss? One clue: it's a taxpayer-funded office. Do you think these Democratic Congress people are at least complicit in what these criminals have allegedly gotten away with? Comment yes or no and please share, since the MSM is barely reporting on this scandal. The Daily Caller.